This blessing saved him. They bought body armor and helmets with their own money because what they were issued could be pierced with a nail. That's how it is.
Ukrainian forces continue to carry out precise and relentless strikes deep into Russian territory, focusing on high-value targets that can disrupt enemy operations. Confirmation is still pending on some of these targets, but initial reports indicate significant impacts on Russian command structures and personnel. In the Kursk region, a Ukrainian airstrike hit a Russian command post in Koronivo. Sources suggest that commanders and personnel from Russia's 155th Naval Infantry Brigade were present during the attack, raising the stakes and highlighting Ukraine's ability to strike well-protected positions. These operations are strategically important, as they weaken Russian coordination, slow reinforcements, and degrade morale across the front. While Ukraine waits to see the full effects of these strikes, the message is clear. Even amid ongoing diplomatic discussions, the military pressure remains relentless, and no high-value target is out of reach. One of the most striking incidents occurred in the Kursk region, where Ukrainian strikes reportedly devastated a Russian column and left a senior general seriously wounded, highlighting Ukraine's ability to reach well-protected targets. And the horror stories coming from the Russian army are still pouring in, with a new sequel every day. Russian servicemen of the 83rd Brigade shot themselves to receive compensation for their injuries. According to the Russian investigation, more than 30 servicemen from the 83rd Brigade illegally received more than 200 million rubles, $2.5 million. They were also awarded the Order of Courage and the Medal of Bravery for their injuries. The brigade commander himself also took part in the scheme. Good work, comrades. Drained Russian budget and 30 men less for Ukrainian bullets. Precision work by Ukraine's 5th Assault Brigade in the Kramatorsk direction. A Russian tank, quad bike, artillery piece, and infantry, all taken out. As of August 21, 2025, the Kramatorsk axis remains a critical flashpoint in eastern Ukraine. Russian forces have intensified their efforts, aiming to breach Ukrainian defenses and advance toward key logistical hubs. Recent reports indicate that Russian troops have seized key villages north of Pokrovsk, cutting the Dobropilya-Kramatorsk highway near Novovodian. This breakthrough threatens a major supply artery and risks a deeper advance that could split Ukraine's defensive front in Donetsk. In response, Ukrainian forces have conducted counterattacks, aiming to reclaim lost ground and disrupt Russian supply lines. And here we have a story that shows a terrifying betrayal of one's country and of its ethical and moral principles. The unclear part is whether this betrayal stems from ignorance or was committed deliberately. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff delivered a Russian medal to the grieving family of an American who was killed fighting for Russia in 2024, a senior administration official told CNN. Earlier this month, when Russian President Vladimir Putin gave the medal, the Order of Courage, to Witkoff, some observers saw it as something of a diplomatic dig, given that the American who was killed, Michael Gloss, was the son of a senior CIA official. But that wasn't how Witkoff saw it. The Order of Courage is a Russian Federation decoration, typically given to Russian citizens, to recognize selfless acts of courage and valor during times of emergency, disaster, and war. For Witkoff, who lost a son in the opioid epidemic, losing a child is a traumatic experience that transcends geopolitics. And he thought it worthwhile to give the medal to Julianne Galina, the CIA's Deputy Director for Digital Innovation, and her husband, according to the official. She wept with her husband, the senior administration official told CNN. For Witkoff, the moment was not about who he fought for, but rather the memories of our children and the overarching message of, "Let's end this war," the official told CNN. A CIA spokesperson issued a statement to CNN. The entire CIA family is heartbroken for their loss. Julianne and her husband shared that, "We adored our son and grieve his loss every moment. We appreciate privacy at this difficult time." Julianne Galina and her family suffered an unimaginable personal tragedy in the spring of 2024 when her son, Michael Gloss, who struggled with mental health issues, died while fighting in the conflict in Ukraine. CIA considers Michael's passing to be a private family matter for the Gloss family, not a national security issue, the spokesperson said. Witkoff has played a significant role in the U.S. effort to end Russia's war in Ukraine, including sitting alongside President Donald Trump in his summit with Putin in Alaska on Friday. He told CNN that the leaders made game-changing agreements related to security guarantees for Ukraine, though questions remain about how serious Putin is in pursuing a peace agreement. Witkoff traveled to Moscow this month to meet with Putin, and also played a role in talks with top Russian and Ukrainian officials held in Saudi Arabia earlier this year in order to work towards ending the war. The Flex company that Russia attacked today in Zakarpattia region of Ukraine is a U.S. company. Flexintel produced electronic devices like fitness trackers, health monitors, and coffee machines, cooperating with brands such as Nike, Google, and Lenovo. Obviously, a Russian attack on a U.S. company deep into Ukraine's rear was deliberate and a clear signal of Russia's true attitude towards U.S. and European peacemaking efforts. Previously, Russia has launched deliberate attacks on Polish and Azerbaijani companies. Conclusions must be drawn. Lavrov. Putin is willing to meet with President Zelensky only if all issues requiring discussion at the highest level are thoroughly prepared.
I have repeatedly said that he is ready to meet, including with Mr. Zelensky, provided that all issues requiring consideration at the highest level are well prepared. And of course, with the understandings that when and if it comes, I hope when it comes to signing future agreements, the issue of legitimacy will be resolved.
And besides moral compass, apparently the White House doesn't have any maps. According to Trump, Crimea is huge, I would say, about the size of Texas or something, in the middle of the ocean. The Russians probably wanted to film a touching video at the cemetery, but as always, something didn't quite go according to plan. Also, as soon as you try to feel some empathy for these mothers, they reveal their Russian mentality and launch a fascist rant against foreign workers.
Our Putin got involved in this war. So many people have died.
So they don't come to you?
Of course, we need to boost the economy during...
You would get the select ones.
Yes, if only. They sent them to you. So many people have been lost.
And they would have put more...
And did someone die on your side too?
My nephew is currently fighting in the special military operation. He was wounded. He says, it's a drone war. He talks to him. It's a drone war. He says, we haven't seen a single Ukrainian as much as we've fought, not a single one.
There are drones. They've taken over the sky, dropping mines. He was also wounded. This blessing saved him. They bought body armor and helmets with their own money because what they were issued could be pierced with a nail. That's how it is.
They need people. They don't need anyone at all. They bought everything themselves. And he was hit by these fragments. Now he's in Moscow at the Burdenko Institute or wherever he is, in that...
Wounded, arms, legs, lay unconscious for 5 hours. Or gene pool, Russian, such a gene pool. And they brought here damn Uzbeks, all these Kyrgyz. Why the hell are they needed here?
What's the use of them?
Well, they work.
Where do they work?
On construction sites.
Yes, they're involved in drug addiction. They've brought their own here. Those for the mothers. They sit in the courtyards. Where do they get the money from? You can't chase them out of Piatirovka by their butts, those cursed bastards.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.